Hi everyone, so welcome to this video, and today I'm going to be doing a Q&A for my 100,000 subscribers special. I just want to thank everybody so much for 100,000 subscribers. I was really happy the day that I reached it, and I really appreciate everybody who watches my videos. So I asked you guys to leave me questions on one of my recent videos. So the basics about me. So my name is Leah and I'm 17. I live in London, the United Kingdom. I get a lot of questions about my ethnicity and where I'm from. A lot of people assume that I'm Indian. Also, a lot of people think that I'm just black, but I'm actually not. I'm actually half black. The black side of my family is from the Caribbean. My other half is Filipino. I know I don't look it at all, but my mom is full Filipino. So yeah, that's mainly the basics about me. And now let's get into the questions. Who's your BTS bias and why? So my bias in BTS is J-Hope. He's very multi-skilled, you know, he is probably, in my opinion, he's the best dancer in BTS. He can rap, he can sing. Like, his song Daydream is probably one of my favorite songs that came out this year. The next question is, who is your Blackpink bias? My Blackpink bias is Lisa. The next question is, what's your opinion on fans shipping members of the same group? I thought this was a really good question because I know people have different opinions on this. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of fan fictions. Like, I don't read them, don't really pay much attention to them. I don't really like them. I personally find it weird if it's like if they're shipping them in a romantic way. When people do it in a brotherly or sisterly way, I think it's fine. But when people ship them as in, you know, there's actually people out there that are hardcore want them to be a couple. If you do that, then you know that's your business, but yeah, I personally don't really get myself into that. Another question I get a lot is people asking me to give advice for people who are starting out dance for the first time and want to start getting into K-pop dances. You need to watch tons of videos, dance practices of idols dancing. You need to pick up on techniques, the way they move. One thing that you really need to be doing is either practicing in front of a mirror or filming yourself. If you've never danced before or you're just starting out, it can be embarrassing to film yourself and watch it back and just cringe at yourself. Trust me, I went through that like 2 years ago. Honestly, that's the only way you're going to get better, because you need to pick up on what you're doing wrong and then work from that. Because what you'll do is you'll watch the video of you and you will notice what you don't like. And then from that, you can try and improve it. The next question is, when was the first time you listened to K-pop and what group was it? 2015. First song was Call Me Baby by EXO, and I found it on Instagram. The next question is, when will you do G-Friends tutorial? The next tutorials that I have to do is BTS Fake Love and G-Friends Time for the Moon Night. So I don't know which one I'm going to do first. I might do G-Friends one first. I'm not really sure yet, but that will be next. What's your favorite K-pop song? Currently, I like BTS's Airplane Part 2. I also like J-Hope's Daydream. But my favorite K-pop song of all time, it's BTS Just One Day. The next question is, when are you going to upload the 2017 mashup? So I've answered this question before in my previous update video. So at the moment, I basically need to get my tutorials up to date and start doing them again regularly. I'm gonna do that first before I start touching my mashup again, because of school, my exams, I haven't even been able to work on it at all. I'm just going to be honest with you, it's like nowhere near done. You know, I'm going to be working on it for the next few months, and it will be hopefully uploaded by the end of the year, because I need to do the 2018 one as well. Your body is so pretty. How is that? Like, what do you do? So thank you very much for saying that. So naturally, in my genes, I have quite fast metabolism, so I burn fat quite quickly. Besides dance, I do exercise sometimes, but not very regularly though. Realistically, the only form of exercise I really do is dance, and I don't even dance that often. So I only dance when I need to film videos. So I eat quite a lot of junk food. I have McDonald's like once a week. So, what's your favorite K-pop dance of all time? I think it will have to be Boy in Love by BTS. That's the first dance I learnt, and I still think it's a really great choreography. The next question is, do you have any tips on how to make dancing look better or less stiff? I'm not really the best person to say how to look less stiff, because even in some of my dances, I'm quite stiff. You just really need to remember to move your hips a lot. Make this part loose, like don't be afraid to like move your hips. The next question is, what were your favorite debuts of 2018 so far? And the rest of the comment says, love your content and I can't wait for more covers and mashups. Thank you. My favorite debut is probably IDOLS one. The next question is, do you want to go to South Korea? I'm probably one like K-pop fan that doesn't really mind whether they go to Korea or not. Like, I'm not too bothered. Like, I'd rather go to Japan than Korea. But yeah, I wouldn't mind going, but again, it's not really like one of the tops on my list. I'd rather go to somewhere like Japan or Thailand or something. The next question is, who's your ultimate bias? If I had to pick two, like one male, one female, then it's Ten from NCT and Jimin from AOA. The next question is, what's been the hardest dance you've learned? Navalera by G-Friend was really frustrating to learn. The next question is, what is your biggest passion in life? So I started YouTube when I was 14, just about to turn 15, and I just did this honestly to show like that I enjoyed dancing to K-pop, and that's all I wanted to do. I did not expect my channel to blow up. I started teaching and people gave me such good feedback saying that I generally help them learn dances, so I thought, okay, I'm gonna do this more because I really enjoy helping people. So yeah, I know how difficult it is to learn K-pop dances, so this is why I make tutorials to help you. You know, I didn't start YouTube to become super famous, you know, and not actually have a passion for my videos. But yeah, that's all I really want, is just to help people. The next question is, who was your first dance teacher, or are you learning alone? I've never been to a dance class before, so yeah, I do dance alone and I'm a self-taught dancer. You said quite a long time ago that AOA is one of your first and favorite girl groups. By the way, who are your biases? My bias is Jimin. So I'd like to ask if perhaps you know any AOA choreographies. So yeah, I do know some AOA choreographies. I know Good Luck. I don't really remember it. I know a bit of Like a Cat, but not a lot. I'll try and put some on the screen if I can. The next question from this person is, what's the type of style you look forward to see the most in K-pop? I don't know how you describe this kind of concept where they're not too cute, they're not too provocative, they're like in the middle. What's your favorite food? So my favorite food is sushi, and I also like this Filipino dish called pancit. There's different like types of pancit, but like I like this one called pancit luglug, and it looks like, I'll put it on the screen somewhere. People who are Filipino probably know what I'm talking about. Which is your favorite track from Square Up and why? I actually haven't listened to the other two tracks. Out of the title track and out of Forever Young, their title track was a good comeback, and it was a really good song to come back with. The next lot of questions is also from another person. First one is, do you speak any language other than English? Unfortunately not, I only speak English, but the two languages that I want to learn when I get older and finish school are Tagalog, obviously, because I want to learn my home country's language, and I also want to learn sign language. The second question is, do you like The Boys? If so, who's your bias? I've heard of them. I listened to their debut song and I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember it. So I can't really say if I like them or not because I can't remember their song. The next question is, when's your birthday? It's on April the 13th and I was born in 2001. Fourth question, what is your favorite choreography from this year? It's CLC's Black Dress. Favorite Twice comeback so far, excluding the Japanese comeback. So if you're talking all the way from UA to, what song are we on now? The one song that I was really pumped for was Cheer Up, because you know they debuted and I was really curious to see what their second song would be like. So I think my favorite comeback was Cheer Up. The next question is, will there be a sequel to your YG remix? And yes, I'm planning to do one since Blackpink just came back. The next question is, any tips on how to improve speed? If you're struggling to keep up at 100% of the speed, you need to slow the speed down, like what I do in my tutorials where I go through it at like 75% speed or something. You just need to like work your way up slowly until you perfect one stage, then you move on to the next stage, and that's how you should improve your speed. I think that's what you mean. The next question is, who is your bias from BTS, Blackpink, Twice and Momoland? So I've answered BTS and Blackpink already. My bias from Twice is Sana, and my bias from Momoland is, I like Momoland, but I haven't really like watched their interviews and stuff to actually pick a bias, but the person that stands out to me the most is Daisy. So for now, Daisy is probably my bias, and there is also one more, and she's the one that speaks English. She also stands out to me, but I forgot her name. Oh, I found her. I think her name is Ayin. This person asked two questions and I've kind of already answered the first one, but the second one is, what is it like to live in London? I know in some countries like people are very friendly and everything. I'm not saying people are not friendly in England, but everybody kind of just minds their own business. and we all do our own thing. But yeah, it's nothing special. It's just, you know, it's a regular city. So the next set of questions are asked by the same person. I've answered some of them already, so I'm going to answer the ones I haven't answered yet. What's one difficult K-pop dance you think you could never do properly? Usually I feel like that towards boy groups, because boy groups, I feel like I just can't dance to boy groups. Do you make up your instructions from tutorials on the spot as you're filming, or do you somehow script it? I don't script at all. I don't even mentally prepare what I'm going to say. I literally just have learnt the dance, I put the camera on and I start talking. It's all improvised, you know. Next question is, what's your favorite dessert to eat? There's this one dessert, and I don't know what they're called. They're kind of like chocolate eclairs, but they're the ball versions. It's like, you know, ball, and then you've got like chocolate on it, and then it's got cream inside. That's my favorite dessert. The next question is, what was school like for you when you were growing up? In England, we have primary school and secondary school. I loved primary school, you know, it was just so carefree. I've always mostly been friends more with boys. I get along with boys a lot more than I do with girls. When I moved on to secondary school, when my school life started getting a bit more boring. In high school, there's like cliques and groups and people sectioned off. I was one of those people that, like, I knew people, but I wasn't popular, and I kind of sat at the back of the playground with my friends. And what is one childhood memory that stood out for you? So in terms of like happy memories, I remember going on my first holiday. I went to Atlanta, Georgia. Another memory, which is a bit more sad, that kind of influenced how I am now, is when I was 11, so that was, I'm 17 now, so that was 6 years ago. I got diagnosed with a spine condition. I've never mentioned it on my YouTube before though, for some reason. Yeah, I have a spinal condition called scoliosis. It basically means when you have a curvature in your spine, but basically my spine from the back view is curved like an S shape. It's not straight. So that affected me a lot. It like brought my self-confidence from here to all the way down here. I had to wear a plastic back brace all the way here for 20 hours a day. I had to do that for 2 or 3 years. Once I got out of my brace, that is when I started my YouTube, and that's when I started, you know, becoming happier and being more confident in my body. And then the next question is, Yanni or Laurel? Okay, I hear Yanni. I am so sorry, but I hear Yanni. I have young ears, so I hear Yanni. Next question is, if you could listen to one K-pop song for the rest of your life, what would you listen to? Also, if you could listen to one group for the rest of your life, who would you listen to? Okay, for song, I would have to choose BTS, Just One Day. And then for group, that is really difficult. I would probably choose BTS as well. When will you do a Kpop Q&A again? Like, what subscriber milestone? I might do one like 200k, 300k, 400k, 500k, like that. The next question is, when and how did you get into drawing, and how often did you do it? Or do you do it? I got into drawing when I was younger because both my parents are into art. I don't draw very often because I just don't have much time. The next question is, what's your favorite color? I really like white, even though white is not really a color. White, and I like, I'm really basic, I like pink. The next question is, what makes you interested in K-pop? Any idols, actors or actresses? Actors and actresses I don't really pay attention to because I don't watch K-dramas. What makes me interested in K-pop is the music and the dancing and the hype for comebacks. Me personally, I feel like K-pop songs have more meaning. The next question is, did you introduce your friends to K-pop, and if so, what did you recommend? I personally don't really introduce people to K-pop. Like, I would be like, yeah, I listen to K-pop, and then they won't really talk about it much. The only person that I can think of that I showed K-pop to is, if you guys remember Charlie from the age test that I did with my friends, I showed him NCT. First I showed him NCT's Limitless, and he was like, what is this? And then after that I was like, okay, let me show you another NCT video and you will like this one, trust me. And he was like, okay. Honestly, you can get anybody with this song, and that's NCT The Seventh Sense. That is one of my favorite K-pop songs of all time. The next question, the first part of the question I've answered already, but the second one is, do you ever freestyle dance to music? Not really, I just do choreographies. Next question is, did you ever poop outdoors? I don't think I've ever pooed outdoors before. Like, even as a kid, I feel like, you know, everyone's peed outdoors, like everyone. The next question is, me and my sister really wanted to do mashups, so what app do you use for making mashups? I use Logic Pro X. Do you like BAAM and Durut Durut? I do like both those songs. The next question says, hi Leah, congrats to getting near to 100k. Thank you. What do you do to get yourself motivated? I struggle really badly with trying to get motivated, but one thing that I do is I look at old comments from old videos, DMs and stuff of you guys saying that I help you a lot. The next question is, what is your favorite first gen, second gen and third gen song/groups? So my favorite first generation group, SES. Second generation, I would say I think AOA counts as second generation. Sister, 4 Minute, and then third generation, you know, EXO, BTS, and then the big 3 girl groups. Has there ever been a dance that you wanted to do but kind of just gave up on? I started learning Fingertip by G-Friend and then I gave up. I don't know why. I think I gave up because I had to film something else. The next question, the first bit I've already answered, but how long have you been dancing? Dancing to K-pop, 2 years now, 2 or 3 years. The next question, there's 2, but I've answered the first one already. The second one is, are you a Christian? Yes, I am. I'm surprised you got that spot on. Next question, Blackpink, Twice, or Red Velvet? I'll start with Red Velvet, then Blackpink, and then Twice last. Next is GOT7, BTS, or EXO? 1 BTS, 2 EXO, 3 GOT7. Next question is, will you make another Twice and BTS mashup soon? Maybe, I'm not sure. Next question is, how tall are you? I'm about 5'5", 5'6". Next is, do you think that BAAM is like a Boom Boom ×2? No, version 2, sorry. So BAAM and Boom Boom are both songs by Momoland, and there was a big debate that they received a lot of criticism because apparently BAAM was too much like Boom Boom, so they got a lot of hate for it. So I think people need to understand that it's not the IDOLS' fault. BAAM and Boom Boom, they sound similar. There is something about them that is very different. I feel like the choreography was too much of the same. The choreography for the chorus, but you know, you can't blame the company. Momoland were a group, I remember them, like they were a group that were very underappreciated and they didn't really get much attention. So when Boom Boom came out, it blew it up so much, over 100 million views. So you can't blame the company to think that, okay, this is a song that's selling, so we need to make another song like it. This exact same thing happened to EXID when EXID weren't getting much attention, and then when Up and Down came out, and then they were thinking, okay, we need to replicate this song, and they made Ah Yeah, and then, you know, the same thing happened. People were complaining that Ah Yeah was too similar to Up and Down. It's only their second song since their big blow up, so you need to just give them a break, I think. You can't blame the girls, and I don't really blame the company either, you know. As a business, all they want to do is make profit, and they want to invest in the most profitable groups. So, but it's not exactly the same. There are differences, but yeah, they are quite similar. But I don't think people should be hating on them for it. It's just the way business works. The next question, I answered already the first bit, but what did you think about K-pop before I got into it? I never really heard about it. The most K-pop I ever heard was Gangnam Style, and never really heard about it from there. The next question is, do you find it difficult to learn dances on a higher scale of difficulty? Takes me longer, makes me more frustrated, but you know, I just take breaks and break it down as slowly as I can. Okay guys, so that's it for all the questions. Thank you so much for sending in all your questions. I hope you enjoyed this video. Also, I'd like to mention that I'm going to be doing another special video. This is not the only one, and I'm hoping to do it with the boys again because I know you guys really loved them and thought that they were hilarious, so I'm hoping to do another video with them. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one.